Hey Leo, I hope you're doing well. I'm going to do a weekend reading. Let's see what is coming up for the sign of Leo this weekend. It can also be timeless, so whenever you come across this video, you could get some messages of insight from it. Spirit, what do we have coming up for the sign of Leo this weekend? It's the energy for the sign of Leo this weekend. Or what's an opportunity? What are the opportunities for Leo? One more. One more. Okay. First card. The Crab. Cancer. Okay. Second card is the Eight of Cups. Third card is the Three of Cups. Well, that looks good. Well, in the middle, it's like, it looks like a little bit gloomy, walking away from something, right? And the colors are more dim. And I'm also noticing the eclipse. There's an eclipse here. So, hold on one second. Sorry about that, Leo. That was my son, Ranger. He was trying to be very quiet. He was just using my bathroom. So, but I wanted to just make sure that he was okay. Anyways, back to your reading. So we have the Crab, the Eight of Cups, and the Three of Cups so far. Those are the main three. This could talk about, with the Crab, talks about home, right? The fourth house, but this can also be just wherever you have Cancer in your chart. I'll read about the details of Cancer, but first let's get all the cards out. So I'm going to get some more out. Okay, we have the three main energies. What are the opportunities this weekend for Leo? What are the main opportunities? Because we already have the main energies. What are the opportunities for Leo this weekend? Oh. The Emperor. Oh my gosh. The Sun. That's your card, Leo. Wasn't there another card that came out? I could have sworn there was more than two cards, but I guess that was it. Just two cards. Okay. So the opportunities. The Emperor and the Sun. It looks like you are learning a lot about your own power this weekend, Leo. The Emperor is definitely a leader. Whether you're a man or a woman, you lead in life. You take authority of your life. And every decision you make, every move you make, you are in authority of your life. And the sun is shining on that for you. But it could also mean, if it's an opportunity, and this is representing you being the sun, the Emperor could be like a very like a boss figure. It could be a father figure too, but it could be like an authority figure that is taking notice to your light. Whether in business, this could be something where someone wants to help you and help to build with you or to invest in you or whatever it may be. Those are two very powerful energies, though. That's an opportunity. I just need one more, though. So maybe a couple more. We don't have to just get three. We do have these three main ones that we'll get to, but okay. What other opportunities? Opportunities for Leo this weekend. Opportunities for Leo this weekend. Queen of Cups. Didn't fall out, but it got caught on the card. So Queen of Cups. Okay, so for my men and women, Leos, this talks about an opportunity to meet someone that could really be very beneficial to your stability, to your growth, whether it is in business, finances, or it could be within love, within relationships, friendships. Regardless of what it is, I mean, wherever you identify in, whether it's the Emperor or the Queen of Cups, it does look like someone is taking notice of the Queen of Cups, though, here. There's a spark. So perhaps this is talking about an opportunity of meeting somebody. Especially since in the energy here, I grabbed the crab first and then the Eight of Cups followed. You see how, okay, so it's this way. You see how this guy is walking away from the crab and walking more towards the Three of Cups. The Three of Cups represents celebration. It represents having a good time, socializing, enjoying oneself with friends, or just going out, having a good time, right? And so maybe that's what you're doing this weekend. And an opportunity arises. Yeah, plain and simple, really. But let's go ahead and read further into it. The crab here could also represent you leaving like a comfort zone. Oh, yeah, because Cancer is known as our comfort zone, right? It's our home. And if you are leaving that space, you're venturing out of isolation, perhaps. Maybe you're leaving behind some things that have kept you kind of more hidden away. Yeah. Taking a chance, perhaps. But I will read this one. Yeah, the crab. Harmony and passion. The crab personifies the harmony of passion and embodies water energy. Embrace creativity, strength, and faithfulness. Welcome deep passion with flowing spontaneity. The strongest influence for this arcana is between July 29th and August 23rd. Okay, so getting a little bit more detail on this, This could represent a situation that you were dealing with around that time frame, July 29th to August 23rd. Something might have happened for some of you during that time. And this is tied to your emotions, your passion. Yeah, Cancer the crab represents a need to be needed. Despite a hard exterior, there is a warmth and kindness under the shell. There is a great desire to feel loved and appreciated. A sense of home can be very important to a feeling of safety and comfort. Those ruled by this sign have the talent of developing safe environments for people that are close to them in both an emotional and physical sense. They display a very strong imagination in personal affairs and shrewdness in domestic matters. So, since we have the Eight of Cups, walking away from this energy here, for some of you, like I said, something that had happened or a situation that took place between July 29th and August 23rd, or just within those months, something prominent that was tied very heavily to your needs, right? Perhaps you walked away from something where you felt like you weren't needed anymore. Or, I mean, it was just something that you didn't feel you were getting your desires met. And there was a lack of love and appreciation in a situation. It could be a home environment, could be a separation. But that feeling of safety and comfort was no longer there. And so you left. And so Eight of Cups, you left. This is an energy that you're still in, right? You're still kind of in this energy here. But I think that you are progressing, right? You're progressing in some way, or you have the opportunity to progress and to go to the Three of Cups energy here. I'm going to read the Eight of Cups as well. Sorry, the lighting's kind of weird. So the Eight of Cups signifies the balance of emotions necessary for personal growth. Embarking on a new journey can represent needed change, but before abandoning our past success to seek new splendor, we must first be sure to set our house in order. Only then will we truly be free. Yeah, the Lord of abandoned success leaves behind a collection of 8 cups and journeys to new possibilities. A lunar eclipse shines a mystical light on this moment in time. The resolve to undertake a new solitary journey is made by a mature soul. Sometimes we can be held back by the involvement and interference of others who fear change and believe everything was better in the past. This can be detrimental for our present efforts. It takes emotional strength to reject stagnation, symbolized by swamp water. We must follow our heart onward and upward on our unique life path to the mountaintops in the distance. However, it is important to balance our freedom with responsibility. So that's what this card represents here. There was a feeling of lack in a situation. Maybe this is something where you are, because the Eight of Cups also represents something that is not fully left, but it's like a temporary, because the cups are still there, just walking away from it for a little bit, maybe to clear the headspace and get a better perspective of things, balancing out emotions as well. Then we have the Three of Cups here. And that is a part of trying to balance oneself, right? So that you're not stuck in a sense of sadness. If you were feeling sadness. Yeah, you're embarking on something more creative. You're tapping into your creative energies because this is creativity of emotion. The Three Cups signifies a shared creativity of emotion. We must surround ourselves with the friendship of those who brighten our souls. Now is the time to celebrate the abundance of new ideas created together. So this is about embracing more creativity, Something new is created, and this is cause to share happiness with others. Be sure to preserve your own individuality and not to succumb to a herd mentality or indulge in superficial relationships. Friends you share emotion with can provide relief and comfort, and you could be seeking that, right? In a healthy way, of course. But something to kind of clear your mind. It's like you're in this phase where you're trying to maybe recover from a situation that, like I said, took place from July to September. Or wait, no. What did it say? It was like July to August, right? I think it was from July to August. Yeah, July to August. Something must have taken place during those times that really got you down. And so you had no choice but to walk away and transmute whatever that was for your own betterment, right? And it's just perfectly fine. All of us have to do that at some times. And this weekend, it looks like you're going to have an opportunity to really shine. Either that, whether this is love related or not. It doesn't have to be love related, okay? But I do see that there is a combination of leadership with the sun, of some kind of enlightened moment, to the emotional side, which the Queen of Cups represents. The Queen of Cups is also water sign, right? So it can represent Cancer, right? So this could be, even if it's not representing people, we do have the two major arcanas. This could be about you getting some kind of enlightenment about your Queen of Cups energy, which could be tied to the situation that happened from July to August. Now, if it's not on the more in-depth soul level, inner soul recognition, then this could quite literally mean just meeting somebody of authority. Yeah. That could recognize the emotions within you, right? There's recognition there. So this could also talk about, the nurturing part of yourself that, being the sun with the Queen of Cups, it's like the solar plexus and the heart chakra combined together is what really creates the Emperor, because solar plexus is about our willpower. It's about our drive and our confidence. It's our masculine energy. The heart chakra is also ruled by Leo, and it's about the emotions. So, but let's go ahead and look at the Briggs-Myers description of the Queen of Cups, because the Briggs-Myers personality types, or Myers-Briggs, I meant Myers-Briggs, sorry. I got it mixed up. Let's look a little bit further. If this is like representing a person that you meet, let's say. So the Queen of Cups would be an INFJ, so the advocate. INFJ, water of water. So someone who's very empathetic, would advocate for you, would support you in all ways, and could be very inspirational, could be a muse of some kind, but could just be very supportive. And then we have the Sun card. I'll read those. We know the main descriptions of the major arcanas, but I'll read it from here just in case we miss anything. We want to make sure we don't miss anything, right? So, the Sun card power of pure energy. The sun signifies the awesome power of pure energy. He motivates us to actively strive toward perfection. Enthusiasm merges with experience, resulting in revelation, enlightenment, and success. Problems will be resolved, and attainment of happiness and joy is assured. So, but keep in mind that sometimes, energy is constantly like ebbing and flowing. So you don't want to let that sun card go in reverse aspect, which warns against cynicism. There is a minor unclarity of a situation. So if this is like the other way around, know that the clouds are going to pass through eventually, right? It's a temporary delay, a temporary fog. Otherwise, there is an opportunity for enlightenment here. And that brings about a higher vibration and more movement into your life because the sun brings life. Apollo, the sun god, the sun king and the god of light, stands outside a garden wall playing a lyre. The 7 strings of his instrument also vibrate. Pythagoras believed the soul could be, or Pythagoras believed the soul could be purified from its irrational influences by songs sung to the accompaniment of the lyre. Behind Apollo is a low wall representing the boundary between conscious and subconscious, which can now be overcome. The garden gate, decorated with an upward pointing arrow, has been opened wide, and a pristine horse is set free. Thus, the conscious mind can prevail over fear and illusion. Physical light is the instrument of thought, and it is a beautiful day. And this reminds me of that same, and I think it was Carl Jung that said it, until the unconscious mind becomes conscious, it will rule your life and you will call it fate. It will lead your life and you will call it fate. That kind of thing. So making the unconscious become conscious. Enlightenment of where all these things are coming from and what it means. The root cause of things. Then the Emperor card can also talk about fathers, right? Stability of the masculine. Yeah. So the Emperor signifies masculine powers that provide stability. He represents the practical methods to get things done. We must be prepared to back up our words and leadership. Concrete plans lead to happiness by attainment. Family and earthly values such as safety, security, protection, and partnership are all of solid importance. So when it's in reverse, it can indicate aggression, greed. Beware of excessive need for power and control. So let's say that this is talking about within you, within the soul, the inner divine and masculine. So this is about the father archetype, the anima, or the animus. The animus for a woman and her relationship to her father could be attributed to like a father wound that comes to you get enlightened in some way. You learn something new, and something that was unconscious becomes conscious now. And so you get a new perspective of something. But if you're the masculine, this is also you. And it's talking about your relationship to your mother, perhaps. Or it could be also your relationship to your father. Regardless, though, it is talking about that dynamic on a soul level. But it's also talking about on the 3D, what can really come about here. Because when you balance out yourself, when you get to a point where you are becoming more conscious and aware of you, you can manifest things so much easier. Things come a lot easier. Not like it's not, a piece of cake or anything. You still got to do work, but things will come to you and you're more enlightened and having more of that awareness of like something that you never realized. It's a treasure that's discovered, right? It's like a lost treasure that is discovered or rediscovered because it was never lost. It was always there. So that's really nice. I like that. Well, let's go ahead and get a Kuan Yin oracle for you, Leo. for this weekend? So opportunity to meet somebody this weekend or sometime soon, right? Timeless. So this could be talking about something that's coming up soon. But it looks like this weekend, you are still working through some things that maybe took place over the summer. For Leo, what's the Kuan Yin Oracle card for Leo this weekend? Spirit. Tai Chi Rising. Ooh, love this. Look how pretty this card is. Isn't that pretty? The Tai Chi Rising. Your energy field is growing stronger with more spiritual electricity pulsing through your being. Take time to nourish your nervous system as it adjusts and be gentle with yourself as you adjust to increasing levels of spiritual potency, which gives more impact to your words, actions, and thoughts. May you be strong and merciful, powerful and wise in equal measure. That is so fitting for this reading, Leo. It's so fitting because that's exactly what you're doing. You're balancing out your energetic field. You are tapping into more deeper parts of yourself. It takes a lot. It takes a lot of courage to walk away from something that you probably loved very, very, very much. There's a lot of cups here. There's 8 cups. You invested into something that was very near and dear to your heart because this represents home. So whatever it was a feeling of home to you that you had to walk away from and get a different perspective of something, right? To take your chances of change, taking your chance on change. Because you knew you had to do it for the betterment of yourself and for all those involved. Because as we work on ourselves, we are actually benefiting everybody else around us, right? Energy is contagious and it is passed on. Just like a smile is contagious. Just one simple smile or thank you or showing appreciation to someone or letting someone know how important they are and how much you love them and care about them. That heals so much and it is priceless. So as we love ourselves, we need to remember to put that same amount into ourselves, right? Because you can't just keep giving and doing that for everybody else. If you're not doing that for yourself, you're draining yourself. So, yeah. I love that, Leo. Very nice. Well, I hope you liked it. And until the next time, peace out.